In Morocco, it is often possible to contemplate a very unusual and funny picture. On the branches and trunks of fairly tall trees, you can see dozens of horned animals comfortably settling there, like a flock of birds. In fact, Morocco has a very arid and heat climate. Weather and temperature conditions do not favor the exuberant growth of greenery, therefore, it is very difficult to feed livestock in this territory. There are practically no available pastures with juicy grasses in the country, but many locals still try to feed themselves with the help of animal husbandry. The picture of goats perched on tree branches can be observed in the southwestern part of the country where the climate is especially arid. Vegetation is very sparse here, and the land is mostly unsuitable for agriculture. Trees and shrubs that manage to survive in conditions of almost constant drought are also not particularly juicy foliage. Most of them have branches dotted with thorns, however, some types of plants still ripen fruits, which animals can eat. Goats have found a way to feed on the fruits of argan in search of food. These trees have adapted to the harsh dry climate and grow almost everywhere in the southwest of Morocco. Argan wood is very durable, it is also called ironwood. Older argan trees usually have a height of about 10 meters. Their branches spread widely for several meters from the trunk. There are foliage and fleshy fruits on the crown, resembling a plum in appearance, and goats climbing trees living in this territory have got the hang of them. They deftly climb the branches and have their meal there. In the fruits of argan, there are very valuable bones. One of the most expensive vegetable oils is made from them, called argan. Out of 100 kilograms of fruits, only 5 kilograms of nuts and only 1 liter of argan oil are obtained. Its cost on the world market can reach up to $100 per 1 liter. Due to the characteristic color from gold to bright red and also because of the high price of this product, argan oil is popularly called liquid Moroccan gold. In its structure, this oil resembles olive oil, but it has a large set of useful substances. The facts of argan oil trade were recorded in history back in the 18th century. Even then humanity knew about the healing properties of this product and used it in many countries of the world. Real argan oil is produced only in Morocco, since according to Moroccan law, argan fruits cannot be exported outside the country. In this way, the Moroccan government strives to preserve the uniqueness of its treasure. Argan oil is exported from Morocco all over the world. The oil is used in medical cosmetology and cooking. Goats that graze on argan do not eat the bones from the fruit, but simply spit them out. The digestive system of animals cannot digest them, so they are not edible for goats. Shepherds collect bones from the fruits of argan, which the animals leave behind. The seeds are subsequently pressed, and valuable argan oil is obtained from them. In 1999, UNESCO decided to grant Morocco the status of a biosphere reserve. Such measures are aimed to preserve argan trees, growing in such difficult climatic conditions. According to local residents, even if it is possible to plant argan in other countries, it cannot bear fruit there. Fortunately, the animals were not forbidden to eat the leaves and fruits of the tree. It is believed that animals are beneficial because they spread the seeds of trees, thereby they help to increase the number of argan plants. The task of the shepherd is to periodically drive the herd from one tree and direct it to another. The fact is that even 10 goats can completely devour the foliage from an adult spreading tree in just a couple of hours. This will lead to the death of the plant, therefore, shepherds are obliged to prevent the destruction of the leaves on the crown and drive their flock from argan. There is an opinion that these animals were used to graze as well as all goats in other countries, but in the 1960s there was a severe drought in Morocco. That's when goats began to climb trees in order to somehow survive. However, the human factor and greed for profit manifested themselves here. Aaron Gakowski, a photographer at the World Wildlife Fund, conducted a research, during which he found out that some farmers specifically drive herds of goats into trees in order to charge tourists for unique photos. Special platforms were installed on a number of trees to make it easier for the goats to stand. Animals that got tired of the forced posing were immediately replaced with a new batch of goats. Goats are naturally very curious, Sometimes you can see how animals chew seemingly inedible objects. This is not because they are supposedly stupid, but simply because of their natural curiosity. They are interested in tasting everything. Goats often get attached to people, especially if they treat them well. The pupils of goats are rectangular. This shape allows them to have a wider field of vision than humans and other animals with round pupils. The overview of goats is 340 degrees. This way, these animals can view the entire environment without having to move. They are not able to see only what is right behind them. However, due to the rectangular shape of the pupil, goats have to move their heads if they want to look up or down. There are more than 200 species of goats in the world. For example, pygmy goats weigh about 20 kilograms, and boar goats, which are common in Africa, can easily reach a weight of 120 kilograms. At the same time, pygmy goats are famous for their meat, which is considered a delicacy. In the USA, some farms breed fainting goats. This is a kind of domestic goat that has the peculiarity of temporarily fainting when frightened, which is associated with a rare hereditary genetic disease called myotonia. In emergency situations, the goat falls into a complete stupor and falls on its back or sideways with its legs outstretched. The Damascus goat first attracted everyone's attention in 2008, when a representative of this breed became the winner of a goat beauty contest in Saudi Arabia. The Damask goat is not only the most beautiful, but also the most expensive. Now this breed has become extremely valuable, and according to experts, the cost of one such goat reaches $67,000. The most shocking thing about this breed is the difference in the appearance of a young goat and an adult. What at first seems like a cute kid with incredibly long ears, later turns into a real monster, capable of scaring many with its appearance. Moroccan goats are actually the most ordinary. They are not some unique species endowed with acrobatic abilities. It's just that all goats have a well-developed sense of balance. For example, a mountain goat easily overcomes trails that are inaccessible even to climbers with experience. Therefore, both adults and even small goats can easily balance on branches and tree trunks. For those who live in a temperate climate, such a thing is a wonder. After all, there is no shortage of pasture feed for farm animals there, so we are more accustomed to seeing goats grazing peacefully on the grass. Nevertheless, it turns out that even the same ordinary goats are able to easily climb trees and move along thick branches, and the only thing that drives them is their ingenuity and perseverance in finding food. That's all from me. If you enjoyed it, please like this video, and subscribe to the channel. See you again.